Alright, so recently Photoshop released this feature that allows you to take some really cool pictures of the street, and sometimes you get a lot of wires and it gets kind of ruins the pictures of a building and things like that. So this is what we're going to do. Today we're going to see if we can take a picture and remove those wires and see if it's a perfect solution or not. Alright, so we got this building right across the street and it's got some wires across it. So we're going to try to take some pictures and see if we can remove those wires and see if it actually leaves a shadow of the wires or if it takes everything completely. So we'll see how it does. Now here's another really cool coffee shop right here on Main Street, but there's a lot of wires in front of the building. So I'm going to see if I can take a picture of it and see if I can remove some of that stuff. See how it does. All right, so it's been a few days since I took those pictures. I got a new haircut, looking good, love it. But I wanted to give you my honest reaction to seeing if this really works or not. I've taken the pictures into Lightroom, I gave it a little look, applied a little style to it, I cropped them, and now we're gonna take a look in Photoshop and see how well it does at actually doing the wire removal, if it's any good or not. Let's see. All right, here we are. We have the wires everywhere. We're gonna see if this actually works. Let's see, I think it's supposed to be here somewhere. We're gonna go remove tool. Got it, okay, cool, here we are. Find distractions, wires and cables. Let's see, removing. Okay, so it's trying to do its best. I'm not crazy about it, I'll be honest. There's this little thing right here. The roof is not looking weird. And what happens is, what I was afraid of is that even though you might be able to remove the wires, it's going to leave the light post, and it's also going to keep the shadows from the wires. So even though it removes the wires, a lot of the shadows are still there. So I wonder if I can actually, if I bring up the brush, try to fix this right here. I was thinking about it, but you can see how the brick, it got all messed up right here in the window. That was a little bit better, but we have this right here, it's not right. I gotta say, it's doing it pretty fast. That was good. So with some tweaking, let's see if we remove the shadows with the brush. So it's not gonna be perfect, but if you take your time with it, with the actual brush, it should do a pretty good job at recognizing, oh, kind of, let's see. It's going to take a lot of tweaks. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. It's an early process, but it's not going to be the magic solution that we all expected. That was one picture. Let's see if we can open up another picture and see how well it does with that one. All right, so this one should be a lot more challenging. There's different buildings, all sorts of wires and crazy things going on. We're going to try to see how it does with this one. Wires and cables. We're going to go over here and we're going to try to remove it. Let's see how well it does. The tricky part, I think, is always going to be the shadows. You can remove the wires all you want, but the shadows is really what's going to mess it up. Oh, okay. So as we can see in this section right here, it kind of did a good enough job, right? So this is the before. And let's do the after, before, after. We can try to help it a little bit. Let's see. Okay, it's doing a better job here. If you really spend some time with it, it should be able to help you do a little bit better job. But I mean, you can see the shadow from the light post. You can try to remove some of the wire shadows right here. With bricks, it should do a really good job because, I mean, bricks can be an easy pattern that AI does a really good job with. So yeah, it's kind of tricky. It'll help you kind of get 70% of the way there, but you're gonna have to do a lot of work and, you know, playing with the remove tool to try to get to the rest of the way to make it, you know, to a reasonable place. We got one more picture that I want to try out and see how well it did. We have this one down the street. So we got this picture that we have down Main Street. Now this would be a perfect picture for it to go in and just kind of remove all those wires to kind of make it a little bit nicer, look a bit of the sky. So let's just try to jump in here, wires and cables, and try to remove that. It's working, it's working, working. I gotta say, it works pretty fast, which is really great. Interesting. Okay. Now this is much, much better. There's a little bit of a thing here that we can fix here. Great, we can do that. We can do this. We can fix this kind of wire right here. Okay, did a better job. So this looks much better, I would say. So when you have a really wide shot with crazy wire, if you're not trying to get specific details, I think it does a pretty good job. It's not going to be perfect, but it's a lot better than some of the results that we were getting before. So I don't know, you be the judge. All right, so what are my original impressions about this whole wire removal in Photoshop? Like most tools in Photoshop, when they first come out, they're groundbreaking and they're really cool when you first, see them, but then when you start analyzing them and really diving deep into see if it's like the magical solution, the magical bullet that to fix everything for you, it's really not. With time, it will continue to get better and better and better. Right now, it's doing some really cool things with wire removal when it comes to like buildings and things like that. But there's still a lot of tweaking and a lot of touch-ups that you're gonna have to do. So if you're going out there and taking a picture and thinking, I'm just gonna click a button, it's gonna remove all the wires, it's gonna be perfect for me. It's not gonna do that. You're still gonna need to do a lot of work if those are distracting for you. But the way I see it, when you're taking photographs of a real location, a real place, you wanna capture what it's really like. So those wires might be a part of that environment and what it's really like. While I see this tool being useful for small little details that might be distracting, it's not the quite magic perfect, it's not the perfect tool right now. It will get better with time. I hope you really enjoyed this video. It's a lot of fun for me to actually take you with me on a walk and actually go and take some pictures and try some just real tools and see how they really work in real life. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the videos so that I know you enjoy them, and I'll be sure to post more in the future. Thank you so much, stay safe and do good.